Hello everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing rules of exponents. You've learned all these rules in Algebra 1, but you're going to see a lot of them again in Algebra 2, so it's a good time for us to review them. The rules we're going to be reviewing today I've put in this box right here in red. And there's four main rules, right? When we multiply variables, we add the exponents. When we divide variables, we subtract. When we take the power of another variable, we multiply the powers. And when we have two variables inside parentheses raised to the same power, we simply raise each variable separately to that power. Okay, so those are those rules in words. It's actually much easier to see what's going on if we just do some examples. So here we go, let's do it. Okay, so for our first example right here, this is basically rule 1. Rule 1 just says, well, add the exponents. 4 plus 2 is 6. That was not a toughie. This next one might be a little trickier, but it isn't. Just note that you can't combine these two exponents because the base is here. The base is what you're raising the power to. The base is different, right? So we can combine the 3's and the 2's separately using our exponent rules. Okay, so we're going to get 3. 756 plus 5 is 761. And 7 plus 93, those are the exponents for the 2's, is just 100. Okay, that's it. That's as simple as we can make it. Let's go to our next example. Okay, here's some examples of dividing exponents or dividing variables with exponent powers. In this case, we want to subtract the exponents. So this becomes x to, let's see, 36 minus 17, that's 19. That's it for that one. It's the same thing if you have a number here instead of a variable, as long as the number is the same, which is the case here. So we're just going to subtract. 76 minus 71 is 5. So I get 32. That's the answer. Okay, more examples. Here's some examples of this third rule here. This says, okay, if you see something like this, a power raised to a power, we're going to multiply the powers. So here we go. This just says 2 times 14, and my answer is x to the 14. Down here, we're going to raise 10 to the, let's see, what power? 5 times 20 is 100, so 10 to the 100 is the answer. That's 1 followed by 100 zeros. This is also known as Google. Okay, next problem. Okay, here's some examples of rule number 4. Okay, where when we have two variables or two things, could be numbers, variables, inside parentheses, all raised to a power, we apply that power separately to each variable. So for example, up here, I'm just simply going to say that's u cubed, v cubed. For this example right here, well, don't forget 4, is just like the u up here. Don't forget to apply the power to that as well. So I get 4 to the 4th times x to the 4th. And if you want to simplify that even further, 4 squared is 16. If I square that again, that's 4 to the 4th, and that gives me 256 times x to the 4th. That's as simple as I can make that answer. Now, slightly harder problems, you'll see a combination of these rules. So for example, in this example, I've got things inside the parentheses as in, rule number 4, and I'm also going to need to use rule number 3 at the same time. Okay, so what we're going to get for this first example is 4 times 3 is 12, so x to the 12th, and then 2, let's see, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 to the 6th. It's traditional to write the number in front of the variable, and we can do 2 to the 6th, that's just 64, x to the 12th. That's about as simple as I can make that one. Okay, so for this problem, very similar. Now we're combining, let's see, we're combining rule 3 and rule 2, it looks like. So let's do rule 3 first. So I'm going to get x to the 21st over x to the 8th, and that gets me x to the 13th when I subtract the exponents using rule number 2. That's it for that one. Okay, one more example and then we're done. This is kind of a combo of as many rules as I can think of. Let's give it a shot. Let's just do the top first, then we'll do the bottom first, and then we'll see if we can simplify. So here we go. Okay, x squared to the 4th power, that's x to the 8th. Y cubed to the 4th power, well, that's going to be y to the 12th. Okay, that's the top. Divided by 2 squared, that's 4. And then x cubed squared, we multiply the exponents, and I get x to the 6th. Okay, there's nothing I can do with the y to the 12th because there's no other y, but I can simplify the x, because I have x to the 8th divided by x to the 6th, and in that case we know to subtract the exponents, and I just get x squared. We still have y to the 12th, and on the bottom is 4. Okay, I hope that was useful. As always, if you want, you can rewind, pause the video at any time, see if you can solve these yourself without looking at the solution. And I hope that works out for you.